Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Ragz from CZT Christina Vandervlist. This one looks, and I had to look it up just to be sure. Although Linda Farmer wouldn't, I don't think she would put it on the site if it was an exact replication of another tangle, especially if it's a Zentangle original tangle. So I looked up hybrid, which has a similar look to this. It's constructed completely different. So I'm like, oh, good. Well, we'll have fun with this. All right. It is a border tangle or a ribbon tangle, whichever way you want to think about it. And so we shall make our ribbon. I was making it a little curvy. All right. And then we just start with a line. So I'm going to start here. The thing in my mind, as I was looking at it, and this is just my mind. I don't know how, correct or whatever. But as I'm looking at Christina's step out, the thing that struck me was that it seemed to be when we're meeting the lines, or I call it teeing off of the other line, it seems to be in the middle of, wherever it's going. So for instance, if I considered this, the starting point, I'm going to come in about middle and make my angled line here. And that just gets me started. And again, this is just my interpretation. It's not necessarily correct or whatever. But so then the line going the opposite direction, I'm going to come in the middle here and come down. Same thing here. And it seems, whoa, look at that. It seems to work out well until you have something like this. So maybe not on a curved line. Oh, however, we'll just finish it the way I've described it. And so about halfway. Same thing here. Same thing here. This just helps me to not have to make decisions, I guess. Or feel like somehow I have to be an artist to do this type of thing. And so this, I found it just helped me. But you take a look and see what you think. And then again here, just halfway. I don't know. It looks pretty close to what Christina did, so I'm happy with it. And even this, because this is a border of a bigger thing. And what's interesting to me also is, as you heard my voice, right? This is a bit long. And then putting it in half, it just seems to take care of itself. And to me, that's a lot of what Zentangle is things, they just take care of themselves. It's all good. All right, so, and I really like the way, I think this is the way Linda had done her sample, and I really like it. Because I think on Christina's blog, and I'm going to put both links in let's see. No, it's not hard to find. I'm going to put in just Linda's link, and then you can, because hers is so pretty, and and because it's where I found it, so I don't like to bypass, the source, so that way she gets some traffic also. But yeah, you just find where it says, click here, because I copied that too. Well, I see a lot of people do it. Click here. So you'll see it in pink, the here. It's kind of towards the end of the paragraph. Anyway, I really like how Linda decorated this. You can, of course, do whatever you wish, but I'm just going to, and I should be doing this from the other line, and I will in a minute, because I like to. Oh no, you know what? No, I'm going to go from the longer one. Well, it should hopefully line up just fine. Now, I could make those ones a little bit thicker, or I could have, maybe I'll go back. Actually, let's do that. I'll redefine that. So that one's a little bit heavier. I don't necessarily want it thicker. Could have come through here with one smaller nib size, which for me in this would be the 005. Oh, but see, look at how I'd clicked off of my screen where I can't see my camera. Look at how just redefining that made a difference. And I'm doing it even before, that way I can also find the line again. Yeah, but as long as you're careful when you're redefining the line and you don't create a problem for yourself, because, you know, I've never done that. It really works out nice. Okay, we'll fit another one in there. Yeah. And then I'm just going to do this way. Same thing. I'm going to redefine, and I'll probably redefine the outside, although look at how good I've been. Wow. Okay, I'm going to, since I said that, I'm going to blow it right now. And what I'm meaning is going over the line that I don't want to go over. But that's also an easy fix by just redefining that line. And I may do that, or I might be inspired to do something else. And this, if you're doing this, I would highly recommend very light touch, just tickling the pen over the paper. You know, if it's a little jiggly, it's good. See, there I went right over that. I like the light touch and having it just a little bit, you know, not super deliberate. Those first lines, yes, deliberate. And that makes them a little more bold by nature, and then redefining it made it even better. But this way, I find you don't have to be so exact with the lines. Just let it flow. And then that kind of gives it a wood grainy type of look. I forgot that last little bit there. Like so. You know, I'm tempted. I like, Linda put crescent moons along the side. Well, I think I might redefine it, maybe with a thicker nib, and maybe do a double. Let's do a thicker nib first, and then see what and then we'll see what we think. This is an 08, because it was what was handy. And this is what I mean by being careful. So you don't have to, you don't create a reason to have to go back and then maybe accidentally, you know, do something else that then makes it, okay, now it's going to be really thick. Or you just don't worry about it. I like that, but I do think let's do it with the thicker. Just a second line. But this is what's extra fun, is you can do whatever you wish. And I believe that the inspiration was a braid rug, and you could have your lines going out the side and make it like fringe. You know, completely, of course, up to you and whatever it is that you want to do with it. All right, now let's do some shading. Oh, and since it's angled this way, let's just start right here. And I like to do my shading kind of where it's perpendicular like that, where something is tucking underneath something else. So if you run into that, I don't know where to start with the shading, that's a good place. And then we're just bringing it back just a little bit. Make it a nice gradient, which kind of gives it a bit of a curve. Now, I could go underneath there. If I was doing this on a in a work or something, I might. Well, depending. Depending on how big it would be. Because you could have it come inside and then it would make it look like it's totally like inlaid into the paper. Even though you know it's not. It just gives that impression. Shadow box effect, I also call it. And then too, you still could maybe go a little bit darker with that. So that way it gives it a little bit of a difference. That's another way to think about it if you were wanting that, but really neat. And it just, the shading just puts it right over the top for me. And again, you don't have to decorate it this way. You can decorate it however you wish. Oh, you know what? I want to add in one other thing. Because I liked on Christina's step out, she gave some ideas. I'm not going to do it as big as she did, but she added a little rounding in these corners. So I'm just going to do that right here. And it'll just, very little. Actually, what I should be doing is, let's get the 005 out. Be good. That'll help. Oops, and I don't need to do that corner, but just like where there is a corner. And in her example, that was the decoration, and she made it a lot wider, or bigger, more visible. This, just a teeny little bit. And that's where having these, finer pens kind of come in handy as well. Oh, I mean, unless you're like me, it's like, well, I must have one of each. Because I don't know why exactly, but that's how it starts. So this is, for those that are not on my online classes, this is what we call an enabler alert. And we usually have sirens and things. Just kidding. I like that. Could have it come this way too, but I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Just in that corner. I kind of like that. Yeah. Just adds that little something. Really, really neat. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, you will find, as I mentioned, links to the step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle. So you will find those there. Also, below that is my link tree where you'll find all of my links to social media, ways to connect if you're interested in classes, tangling with me and other Tangle addicts online. I do teach twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, actually 2 times on both of those days. Unless, as we have coming up here, our Thanksgiving. So I will change the day, if at all possible, outside, before I would just say, no, sorry, we're not having it, because we all have to have our fix, and that's what it's all about. So, on my website, you'll see where it says classes. Sometimes I don't, I'm not quite in the habit, of which I wish to be in, which is being really up to date with these things. Actually, I'm going to go do it after we're done here, and, update that, so that way you'll see that this upcoming week, will be on Wednesday instead of Thursday because of our Thanksgiving, for our Tangle Time, which is free. So again, some of them are paid, some of them are free, and we just have a lot of fun. Come and join us. Let's see what else. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you do happen to be on Facebook, we have a Tangle Addicts community, and if you click that link, there are 4 questions you have to answer in order to gain entry. And that's it. And then it's just pretty much 24/7 fun there. With so many people posting and commenting, and it's such a good community. I'm continually tickled at the community that has developed there. It's just amazing. So, anyway, enough about all that. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.